Hey guys, and welcome to Olivia's Catastrophe. I'm Olivia and I'm here to give you my July wrap up. So July was just a very hectic month for me. I went to holiday with my family. We went to Malta, didn't get much reading done, had less than 24 hours in the UK, didn't get any reading done. And then I flew to the other side of the world, Australia, where I'm going to be living for a year, and I had to do all the moving in things. I've started university now. And in the 2 weeks where I had no classes, I was just getting to know people and exploring a little bit more. My reading was pretty much in non-existence. However, I did go and join our new library. There's so many libraries here at university, so many options, and I found out that they have a huge graphic novel section. I usually find graphic novels to be quite expensive, even though I love them and understand why they cost so much. But yeah, being able to borrow them from the library was great. So I've got 6 graphic novels that I read in July. That's all the reading I did in July. So let's get down to what I thought of those 6 graphic novels. So the first one I want to mention is the only one I can argue is a book because it's book length, and that is Hyperbole and a Half by Ali Brosh. So this one is kind of an autobiographical book with pictures, and in this one she talks about her love for dogs. She talks about some funny family and friend situations she's been facing in the past, and she also talks about her depression. And I think it takes quite a lot to be able to talk about sometimes some very serious subjects while still having that edge of humor and, you know, comedic effect on it. And I think she handles that really well in this book. It was a very quick read. I think I finished it in 2 days, and while it wasn't my next favorite, it was still a really good read. I appreciated that I read it. I think if you're more of a dog lover than me, don't get me wrong, I love dogs, but just not as much as Ali Brosh does. If you're a huge dog lover, you'll be able to appreciate the dog loving chapters more. But I felt like those chapters just didn't quite do it for me. However, the one on depression and the ones where she had like family funny times really entertained me. Also, just so that you know, this wrap up I gave everything 3 stars, and 3 stars is not a bad rating. It means it was good, it just wasn't great. So there was just solid reads this month. Next I'm going to talk about Sea Prayer by Khalid Hosseini, and that might be pronounced wrong, but this is the last book of his that I had to read before I'd read all his published works. Then he published this picture book, and then I hadn't, but now I have again. So Sea Prayer is about the refugee crisis, and you follow this father who is talking to his son about what he hopes for his son to experience and be when he's older, and also about the culture that his son never got to know because of the war that's going on. I found this one to be okay. Like, it was good. It has a lot of emotional meaning, but I feel like it could have had a lot more emotional depth and a lot more of an effect on me if it was longer. If it just had a few more words and went a little bit deeper, it could have done a little bit more, but it just fell short of that. So that's why I thought this one was good, not the best. And the illustrations, while I liked the illustrations, I didn't entirely love them. Then I want to talk about Adulthood is a Myth by Sarah Anderson. I did borrow this one from the library, but my friend is lending it off of me, so I don't have it with me presently. But Adulthood is a Myth is like a Sarah Scribbles edition, so rather than it being a whole story, it's just like pages of comic strips which all involve something that adults should do, but then you kind of do differently. You've probably seen quite a few of these around on the internet because she does share them online, and I just found it very humorous. I flew through it one night when I was really late, and I got home late, and I just felt like reading something until the early hours of the morning, and it was just hilarious and funny and very entertaining. Nothing too deep, nothing too serious, and that's sometimes just what we need. And last but not least, I want to talk about volume 2, 3 and 4 of Paper Girls. This one is written by Brian Vaughan, and the illustrations are done by someone with the last name Chiang, and then the lettering and the colouring is also done by other people. So I read the first book and I didn't really like it. It made no sense and it was entirely random. The book follows these paper girls. These are girls who do a paper round back in the day, so like in history, and one day they're doing this paper round when some time travelers kind of stumble across them, and things go a bit weird in time and space, and they kind of just get involved unwillingly. These three books. They got better as they went along. So 2 I felt was okay, 3 I felt was okay, and then 4 was actually good. The reason why 4 was good is because we finally get some answers. Wow, so things finally start to make sense. And if things start to make sense, then of course you enjoy it a bit more. Of course, things are still very random and just a bit crazy, but at the same time, it's crazy in a way that makes more sense. Like there's reasons for the craziness. In the second book, I felt like nothing much really happened or was added to the story. It was just another layer of confusion, but I started to like Mac's character. In the third one, I still liked Mac's character, and I felt like Mac was really cool because of the way she was facing her big own plot line. And also in the third book, they take a time to talk about periods, which was very interesting, and I felt like it was really good that they did that to kind of break the taboo, and it showed the importance of sex education. And even though this book is entirely not about that, it's sci-fi, time travel, action, the fact that it could still slip in that little moment was really impressive to me. And then last but not least, we've got the fourth volume, which talks a bit about homophobia and LGBT+. We've got an LGBT+ character. However, in the last book, I stopped liking Mac's character, and don't quote me on saying I like Mac anymore, because in that book she kind of really annoyed me, and I was just like, okay, fine, you're not actually that great. So I've moved on from my liking of Mac. I don't buy the friendship in this book. I think the second book tried to sell you on the theme of friendship, but I just wasn't feeling it. They still call one of the friends the new kid. So if she's the new kid, she's not got a deep friendship with you. And to be honest, they've only known each other like a few days across all of these books. They've been long days, but still, I'm not sold on them having a fast and tight friendship. That's just not realistic. So while there are elements of this book that I do like, I'm starting to like the plot. I think the characters are okay, and I like the colour palette in all of these, and I'm just always curious to know what's going to happen next. At the same time, some of the characters annoy me. A lot of things just don't make any sense, and sometimes I feel like they just throw randomness in there just for the sake of being a bit extra, and we don't really need it. So there's some good things and some not too good things. Yeah, those are the 6 books that I read in July. I'm taking my notes at the moment, so hopefully I've been doing more reading because I kind of need to if I want to get through my notes TBR. And that is it for this video. Please let me know in the comment section down below what was your favourite read in the month of July. And have you read any of these, or did you think of them? Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to be updated every time I have a new video. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.